Hi guys, sorry about that. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to focus on half dollars yet. We're just going to stop at quarters. So I'm going to read you the book about quarters and then, like I said, show you what you're going to be doing for your assignments. Okay, quarters. What is a quarter? Quarters are US coins. They are worth 25 cents. One quarter can be written 25 cents like this or 25 cents like this. 25 pennies make one quarter. Four quarters make $1 or 100 cents. George Washington is on the front of the quarter. So here's George Washington. Remember, I said on the old nickels that Thomas Jefferson has that straight ponytail that looks like a pickle, and then George Washington has this sort of longer, curlier one. This is a different background than the one that we saw in the video. So this says Theodore Roosevelt National Park was one of 5 quarter designs featured on the 2016 quarters. So Theodore Roosevelt was another president. And like they said in the video, there's been a lot of different backs of quarters. And there still are. There's a bunch of different backs to quarters. The one that they showed us in the video was the bald eagle. The United States Mint makes coins. We definitely know that already, right? The US Mint is part of the US government. The first quarters were minted in 1796. Does anybody remember where the US Mint is? Let's see if they tell us. See if you can remember. A woman was on the front of the first US quarters. Take a guess who it was. Her name was Lady Liberty, just like on all of the other coins. She was on the quarter for more than 100 years. So here's the first quarter. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the quarter that they had from 1916 to 1930. So not the first one, but this is a much older quarter. George Washington was put on the quarter in 1932. It was the 200th anniversary of his birth. The US government wanted to show him respect. And then here's a picture of George Washington. It says George Washington was the first president of the United States. He was one of the founding fathers of the United States, which means he was one of the first people to actually decide that the United States was going to be a country. Quarters are made from copper and nickel. Copper and nickel are metals. At the US Mint, machines cut metal into discs. A coin press stamps designs on the discs. So here's all the coins that we've already learned about. The US Mint sends quarters to banks. Quarters travel all over the country. Each quarter has its own history. Okay, and then here's this timeline again. So 1796, the first US quarters were minted. 1932, President George Washington first appeared on the quarter. Then 1999, it said the 50 state quarters program began, which I think meant that all of the quarters had a different kind of symbol on the back of them that represented each state. And 2010, the Beautiful Quarters program began. So that was another back that they introduced. Okay, so let's read some fast facts. There are no US quarters dated 1931 or 1933, which is the year that they were made. No quarters were minted in those years because of the Great Depression. So that was a time where they weren't making any new quarters because there wasn't a lot of money during those times. So that's why there were no new quarters those years. The 50 state quarters program lasted from 1999 to 2008. The US Mint made a different design for each US state. America the Beautiful quarters show important people and places in US history. Oh, that's cool. So it's all different people and places that have a part of United States, were a part of United States history. Since 1932, only the backs of quarters have had design changes. George Washington has stayed on the front of all US quarters. So that's pretty cool. They've changed the back a bunch of different times and they've had lots of different backs, but the front has always stayed the same. Okay, so let's take a look at our assignments and They're going to look pretty familiar to you. So, whoops. Okay, so we have 3 different things that you're going to be working on today. First, we have this same sheet that we have worked on with all of the other quarters. So this is where all the quarters. So again, you're going to circle, cross them out, highlight all of the quarters that you see. There's certain fronts and backs of quarters. At the top, you can see they show you the front of a quarter and the back. The back they show you is the same one from the video with the bald eagle. So I want you to look for all of the quarters you can find, and then either at the top or record yourself and tell me how many quarters you found. All right, the second activity is also something that we've already done. This is all about the quarter. So just like the other ones, you'll see the quarter in the center. Write the name of the coin, how much is the coin worth, how many coins does it take to make $1. And then for this one, I'm going to make this part optional, writing a math problem using this coin. We don't usually in first grade write math problems with quarters because they're pretty tricky. If you want to give it a try, you're more than welcome to, but you don't have to. Okay, and then something else that I have not posted yet, but you'll see it tomorrow on Seesaw, or you'll see it today, I should say, is I also am going to post the Counting Coins Brain Pop. Okay, so you'll see if you click the Counting Coins Brain Pop, which will be under activities, you'll be able to watch the Counting Coins Brain Pop, and you'll be able to take the easy quiz. So I actually took the easy quiz, but it's going to read you the questions to the easy quiz, and then you can pause it to answer it and then see if you got the answer right. Okay, so those are all of the things that you have to do for counting coins and for the quarter. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you later. Bye.